What's going on, wrestling fans? It is I, Steve Fault, and welcome back to a brand new edition of Getting Blue right here on SE Scoops. My partner in crime, Miss Chrissy Love. She's left me hanging. No, I'm just kidding. She just had a family matter to take care of. So here we are talking about Smackdown. We talk about the good, the bad, the what the heck moments, and of course, we talk about the most valuable entertainer at the end of the program, which we've kind of renamed the Sami Zayn Award. Let's be honest. Let's talk about the good, though, of Raw. I think one of the highlights of the evening was Theory versus Moss. And it maybe wasn't like the greatest match in the world, wasn't like a Broadway that went an hour and all that good stuff. No, it told a story. And it also showcased clearly the two next wrestlers that are going to level up. Theory with the Money in the Bank briefcase, Moss on SmackDown. He needs a breakthrough, which I think could happen. Obviously, Clash of the Castle is designed for Drew McIntyre, but there's room for other superstars, and I hope Moss finds a spot there because currently, right now, he does not have a SummerSlam match. I did interview him this week on NBC Sports Boss, and I asked Moss, "Hey, are you a little disappointed you don't have a SummerSlam match?" And he said that he looks at it as an opportunity to, if he doesn't get on that card, he wants to prove himself to be on the next card. So kudos to him. But I definitely suggested the theory that, Moss, that, you could be the Batista, Theory could be the John Cena, rise up on Raw and SmackDown. And it's possible. It is definitely possible. So I really enjoyed that match. The fact that Paul Heyman had backstage segments with both men really gave me the feeling that they're trying to tell you, hey, these two dudes, Theory, Moss, they're the future. So pay attention. And I am paying attention to 100%. I got Moss checked off. So future 10 years from now, he's world champion, main event WrestleMania. I can say, I interviewed him. That'd be nice. Also, what's nice, next week, Maxim male models. I'm going to show our beachwear, and my juices are titillated. I am titillated up the wazoo. I am very excited for this. Very excited. And plus, they're going to introduce Max Dupree's sister, Maxine. Now, first off, this is hilarious because, first off, I have children and they don't have the same similar names, but they both have a name that starts with the letter D. Okay. This is funny because this would be like, my name is Steve. Like, well, my full name is Steven. So we'll say, my sister would be named Stephanie. Stephanie and Steven. That must be awkward for two parents, Mac Dupree and Maxine Dupree's parents, to actually name their children Max and Maxine. It's a terrible decision. They're terrible parents. They should have taken their children should have been ripped away from them years ago because of naming your children Max and Maxine. If we find out there's more siblings and one is named Maxie, it's gonna get ugly up in here. It's gonna get ugly up in here. But I'm very curious who's going to be Maxine. Is it going to be another person from NXT with a new name? Like suddenly Io Shirai shows up. She's like, hello, everybody. It's me. I'm Maxine. People will be very angry. Very angry. Like red hot, pitchfork, angry. Lots of gifts of people with pitchforks. Lots of gifts of thumbs downs. What the F's. People be angry no matter what happens. But I'm very interested to see who is Maxine. Very interesting. Very interesting. The bad, though, of SmackDown 100% goes to Lacey Evans and her apology. Last week, she clearly turned heel. And very interesting that I interviewed also Lacey Evans a few weeks ago before Money in the Bank, and I asked her, like, the vignettes that you had about your childhood, whose idea? She said it was her idea. And I said, well, have you been receiving positive reactions from this? Because it's a very inspirational story to talk about your past and how you conquered it. But at the same time, you had a character, the Southern Belle, and it was very hateful. People did not like you. And then suddenly we're supposed to be like, hey, I feel bad for her because her dad drank a lot. And I get the storyline. Of course, I understand the storyline. But yet, people weren't buying it. People weren't buying it. So obviously they have changed course. Lacey Evans is going to be heel now, attacking Aaliyah last week. So now that leads me to the thought process of like, okay, Lacey Evans is the heel. That's good for her because that's where she belongs. But it makes me a little upset because Shotzi Blackheart, who's also kind of had beef with Aaliyah before, who's also a heel, is clearly being pushed down under because of other heels on the SmackDown brand. That makes me a little upset. It makes me a little sad. Very sad. Very sad indeed. So, I guess we'll see how this goes, but I love Shotzi Blackheart, so Lacey Evans going from face to heel kind of pushes Shotzi out of the way. If Lacey stayed a babyface, Shotzi and her could have had a nice storyline. I think that would have been nice, and then now can Shotzi turn babyface and get her tank back and shoot things at people's faces again? That kind of sounded dirty at the same time. I said it out loud, and I apologize. But we'll see how this goes. But her apology was terrible. That's why it's the bad. That was not an apology. Come on. Someone emphasizes the wrong words in a sentence. It's never a good idea. Let me tell you something. I think I need to tell you that I'm apologizing. No, Lacey. I'm sorry. You're the bad. But the what the heck moment is JEFFJARRET Jeff Jarrett being announced the special guest referee for Usos and Street Profits. Now, SummerSlam is in Nashville, so Jeff Jarrett, the character, made his mark with my baby tonight. We got my wrapped around a little finger cause you walk to hell, bail, and back to be with her. I can't wait to be alone with my baby tonight. Turn the lights off on the door. I know the words. It's sad. I do know all the words from my childhood. Everyone got into this song a few years ago. I had the damn CD and I rocked out to it. Rocked out hard. But like Usos and Street Profits seem to be, obviously two big teams fighting. I would think, just me, that you'd have a tag team specialist as the referee to kind of make sense, or a big wrestler or someone returning. But Jeff Jarrett recently, I was reading that he was hired for live events for the WWE, so it makes sense to get someone on your payroll already. Why not just use him and not pay him twice? Just pay him once and have him do his job and be a referee. Kind of works out for the WWE, not for Jeff Jarrett in this deal. But very interesting. Obviously, they're in Nashville. Jeff Jarrett's from Nashville, so it makes sense there. But it does not make sense in the Street Profits Uso storyline where Jeff Jarrett was a tag team wrestler for a little bit. He was the tag team champions with Owen Hart in 1999 for a few months. And then after that, really nothing. So we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. Though the most valuable entertainer obviously goes to Shanky and the New Day. New Day dressed as the Viking Raiders. The real Viking Raiders were not really happy with that. But their big matchup, and we had Jinder Mahal in the middle. I'm not going to dance. Nope, I'm not going to dance. And suddenly there's Shanky, and there's the New Day dancing. It was a wonderful moment. So Shanky, you get the most valuable entertainer because you made me laugh. And I don't know how this man is not trending all the time. Because if you go to his Twitter account, he does not have a lot of Twitter followers at all. Very shocked. So he gets the most valuable entertainer. But also on this SmackDown, we had Liv Morgan and Natalya fight each other. They're building to Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey at SummerSlam, which is really nice. Drew McIntyre versus Ridge Holland. They continue the storyline with Drew McIntyre and Sheamus because clear as day, it's going to be those two fighting on SummerSlam. Number one contendership for Clash at the Castle in September, which Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns at Clash at the Castle. Seeing Drew dethrone Roman, breaking out both titles, having one stay on SmackDown, have one stay on Raw. Please, God, let that happen. It's so awkward to have two world titles with one person holding it. It's very awkward. It's giving the opportunity for big matches on Raw, but without a world title. I guess the Women's Championship has really been the main point of Raw lately. So, but there you go, folks. SmackDown. I thought it was pretty good, but let's give it a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a thumbs in the middle. Here we go. Put your thumb up like this if you want to join in. 3, 2, 1. Yep. There you go. Got like a 70, 80. SmackDown's always good, but there's always like moments of, I'm sorry, what's happening? So loved it so much, but there you go. And then next week's SmackDown is in Boston. I will be there live. I'll be posting photos and pictures on my Twitter account at CFall. Very excited. It's going to be a big week. I'll be at SmackDown. I'll be at Ring of Honor, Death to Dishonor. I'll be at AEW Dynamite. It's going to be a good time all around. So, folks, thanks for tuning in for another edition of Getting Blue right here in SE Scoops. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.